Well, Hitesh, my friend, I want to congratulate you on your upcoming retirement from the firm. So you and I have known each other for years. I'd like to take this opportunity just to reflect on your career at KPMG. So tell me a little bit about your time with the firm.
First of all, Rodney, it's a real pleasure to once again connect with you. I wish we could be meeting in person, but given the circumstances, I think this is the best we can do. So, likewise, it's been a pleasure to have known you. I have benefited from your immense wisdom. You've given me some good counsel when I was especially on the global tax leadership board, and I really value that. I started in KPMG in 2001 as a partner, and I have completed 20 years as a partner. It's been a very rewarding journey. Uh, it's been immensely fulfilling. Uh, as in life, there will always be ups and downs. But if I reflect overall, a KPMG partnership to me has been a blessing. I have always cherished the people of KPMG and have always been enriched by so many different people, not only within India, but globally, who I've had the privilege to meet thanks to our KPMG platform.
That just explains in a nutshell why you've been a role model to so many folk in the organization, Hitesh. Now, 20 years, so since 2001, what has kept you going all these years?
Okay. I think that's a very important question. And I especially am conscious of the profession undergoing tremendous changes as I speak. And what I want to leave our younger people is with the message of being resilient. I think if I reflect back in my tenure as a KPMG partner, on an average, every 2 or 3 years, there was something new coming up, which completely used to, in the beginning, rattle me. Because just as about, I've mastered a particular subject or gone on to understanding a sector or have had some comfort with a set of clients, all of that would change. So, to me, deliberately working on building resilience and making sure that you hang in there even when you are facing headwinds is I think the secret to a long career. And I suspect, though I have never looked at any other firm, but I suspect it's the same for any firm. And especially so in KPMG, where we are the youngest in India and we have very ambitious plans to grow and be the number one firm in India.
So that's fascinating, Hitesh. What an interesting thought. Resilience. And I guess, embracing disruption and change, not making it an enemy or being afraid of it. So, in that light, what are some of your fondest memories of the firm?
So, I will say very, very vividly, I recall these 2 or 3 separate streams of thought, if you will. The first one is the incredible privilege you have as a KPMG partner. You walk into a client's boardroom, or you're out to meet a new CEO, or a head of tax, or a CFO, all C-level people, right? Their eyes reflect that expectation that you are going to add some value to them. I have always found that to be a huge motivator for me, not only to prepare well before my meeting, but even during my meeting to catch myself to say, hey, am I giving the other person what he's expecting? I think that is a huge privilege. Our brand is extremely powerful. I have never seen a door closed when I go knocking with our brand. But then it is up to us to live up to the promise behind the brand. So that is one stream of thought. The second one is expectations from our people. If we are partners, we must realize that our younger folks hang on to every word we say. They are looking to us for guidance. They are confused. They need direction, not in an intrusive way, but it does help if you put your arm around someone's shoulder and say, don't worry, I've been there before. I know it's scary. I have been there and I can help you. So let's do this together. That I think is another stream which is central to what I am in KPMG and what KPMG is for me. And the last, possibly, again, surprisingly, is our technical competence. But extremely important again. What do I mean by that? Again, when I reflect on the tax profession, it has completely changed over the last 2 decades and it continues to change. We still don't know what BEPS Pillar 1 and Pillar 2 will eventually bring out, right? So the constant need to keep on top of our profession has been another positive challenge. And I've always challenged myself to speak in public on these changes. And if I can do that, then it helps me stay on top of my game. So I would think these three streams are what make me a KPMG person.
It's fascinating, Hitesh. You've got the adding value because of our promise. You've got the people dimension, and you've got the technical dimension. Which brings me, of course, to a great question. Just given how successful your career has been, given how you mentioned the importance of resilience and those pillars, as you think across all of that, what advice would you have for people coming into the profession today or seeking to be as successful as you over their long-term career?
So if I reflect back, I think the first one is don't sacrifice your being a human when you are practicing your profession. And I read recently a very interesting article from Harvard Business Review to say, you are not going to succeed in business if you've not kept in touch with your friends. And it's an incredibly powerful piece which reiterates the power of relationships. So the first message I have is, please focus on the human dimension. Please focus on the client as a person who is either good or as insecure or as expectant as you are. Never ever lose focus. And one of the simplest techniques I have used in a good way is simply to break bread with clients. I have never ever missed an opportunity to have a meal or a cup of coffee with any client. That's the way to build relationships. Of course, you have to deliver. Of course, you have to be technically competent. Of course, you have to meet his deadlines. But everybody will do that. Who will go that extra mile to invite that person, maybe even home, for a traditional meal, especially if he's traveled 9,000 miles and come to India? But if you can do that, he or she is yours forever. So that's the first dimension. Second, again, people. We have incredibly great people working with us. Please reach out to them. It could be your peers, it could be your juniors, it could be your seniors. Don't forget that we are a people organization. And even as HR rolls out initiative after initiative to help people stay engaged, remember, it's up to you to engage with your people. No initiative is going to do that for you. And again, finally, stay on top of your game. And remember, your game will change every 2 years. So keep innovating, keep learning new things. I have just taken up reading about blockchain and cryptocurrency, which I want to master over the next 3 months. It's completely new to me, even though I know I am behind the game. But I want to learn, because if that is the future, I better know something about it, right? Again, clients, people, your own technical competence in an ever-changing environment.
Well, that is just great advice. I mean, that advice is all around investment in people, whether it's your relationship with other people or whether it's yourself. And it's interesting, Hitesh, that you talk about that as opposed to the things we all so often get caught up on: technology, technical expertise,
Time
the business side of things. Yes, exactly. So just great advice to end our discussion on, my friend. I remember the last time I caught up with you in India. I think we were having dinner. Your point about breaking bread. I'm hoping COVID comes to an end soon and I can come visit you. But until then, I want to just celebrate your successful career over this time and congratulate you on getting to the golden age of retirement. It's nice.
Thank you so much, Rodney. It's been an absolute privilege to speak to you.
You stay COVID safe till I get over to India, okay?